This year, more than 27,000 people in Colorado will be diagnosed with cancer, but they won't be battling the disease alone. Today is Cancer Caregivers Day in Colorado, honoring the thousands of people who help their family members and friends battle the disease every day. We're talking about people like Burke Ryder, who is helping her 16-year-old son Burke through his battle with osteosarcoma, a battle which caused him to lose a leg. Katie LaSalle talked to Kristen and Burke about their journey.
So Kristen, can you share more about your experience as a caregiver to Burke and just give a little bit of background on his diagnosis and treatment?
Sure. Burke is 16 now, but he was diagnosed with osteosarcoma in his left femur in 2000, when he was 13, in 2017. And yeah, I mean, it was complete shock out of the blue. And they literally, one day we knew, one day we heard, and the next day he was in getting his port in and getting chemo. And it was just a huge sort of time that turned us and our whole family upside down.
And Burke, how was that for you? What was it like to go through everything you've been? You look great now.
It was shocking, to say the least. I don't know, everything was normal and then it wasn't. I had like a small pain in my left leg, and it turned out that it was a tumor.
Being a mom, already a stressful job, add on the pandemic that we've all experienced. What kind of challenges have you really faced during these uncertain times?
You know, living as a cancer patient and a cancer family, you have to be so aware of your immune system. And so it's something that we are constantly aware of. And now that the pandemic is here and with us, we're, you know, just as much as protective and trying to make sure that everybody's safe and well.
What kind of support have you gotten through this whole journey?
You know, it's been amazing because the first week when we heard about Burke's diagnosis, I was overwhelmed with people who wanted to help, and I didn't really know what kind of help I needed. And then a friend of mine told me about My Lifeline and the cancer support community. And it was one way that Burke could reach out and send out information that was going on with him, that I could ask for help, and also keep everybody in the loop. It was just so helpful. I didn't have to send out 1,000 emails or answer 1,000 phone calls. People could find out in real time what was going on with us and where we needed help and where to support. Celebrate the things that were happening, and then also understand sort of the lows that we were facing.
Of course, Burke, I'm so glad you're well. And Kristen, last question. What advice do you have for other parents and perhaps caregivers watching today who may be struggling, feeling exhausted and slightly overwhelmed?
Yeah, I think the one thing is to allow for help. That was as a mom, you're constantly wanting to do it yourself and to make sure your family's protected. And the one thing that I would recommend is to allow the help in. And having the cancer support community really allowed me to reach out easily and with just sort of one ask and one picture of him, or, you know, whatever people needed, and then allowing that help in, and they knew how to, give us that support.
An incredibly strong kid right there. To learn more about My Lifeline and other resources for caregivers, you can visit cancersupportcommunity.org. You can also call their helpline anytime at 1-888-793-9355.